begin with breaking news out of Iran, where the state media is reporting a US fighter jet has been downed and that the US military is trying to conduct a search and rescue operation. Iran's state television says there's a reward for anyone who can find the pilot.
توجه بفرمایید. بینندگان عزیز.
Attention, dear viewers, to the dear and honourable people of Kokiluya and Boyar Ahmad province. If an enemy pilot or pilots are captured and handed over, detained and alive to law enforcement and military forces, you will receive a bounty and a valuable reward.
We've reached out to US Central Command for confirmation and comment, but we haven't received a reply. Let's bring in Ali Hashim in Tehran. Ali, what are state TV saying about this potential downing of a US jet?
Well, the state TV has said that Iran has downed an American fighter jet. They say it's F-35. Now, we cannot confirm that from our side. And that two US pilots are missing inside Iranian territories. This took place towards the west of the country in the areas of Luristan, between the areas of Luristan. And now we're hearing that, according to information that's circulating here on Iranian media, that the US is conducting search operations for pilots who fell in two areas, Kaghalu and Boyar Ahmad, as well as in Bushehr. Airdrop operations have been carried out and intense clashes. So what the Iranians are saying is that there are intense clashes between these forces and Iranian ground forces from the Revolutionary Guards in the Daylam region, resulting in casualties among the invading forces. This is based on what the Iranians are saying. So what we are dealing with right now is a very significant event. The first time that an American fighter jet is being hit, at least this is what we were having also pictures through the Iranian television of the remainings of the fighter jet, and that two American pilots are missing inside the Iranian territories, and that operations are ongoing. Now, the Iranian television just announced also that they are putting 10 billion tumans to anyone who can lead to the pilots. So they're asking people, calling on people to be part of the search operation to get the American pilots. Of course, this would be a changing point in this war, because it would mean for the first time that if the Iranians are able to get the American pilots, then this is the first time that the Iranians will have American prisoners of war during this war.
Now, Ali, as you just said there is some confusion as to whether it's an F-35 jet or an F-15. Now, an F-35 is a single-seat aircraft, so only one pilot. F-15s are two pilots, so it may well be that it is an F-15, but those pictures of US helicopters flying over in a search and rescue attempt are also going to be a huge propaganda victory for Iran as well. It just goes to show that, you know, there is the ability to shoot down jets.
Well, Imran, this is not the first jet that the Iranians are claiming to have shot. They've mentioned, at least since the 19th of March, that they've, first of all, 19th of March, they said they've hit F-35. Then from the American side, they said that the Americans said that there is an F-35 that had to perform a tough landing, and that the pilot is in a stable condition. Then we saw reports, Iranian reports, on several attacks on American and Israeli warplanes, including F-15, F-18, F-16, sorry. So, and this is the latest in a series of announcements, but this time we're dealing with a different situation, because in the past situations we're dealing with planes that were either hit or closely hit, or just were able to navigate and to prevent being hit. and then leave the Iranian airspace. And, you know, there was a narrative that's been going on for the past month, since the beginning of the war, that there are no air defenses in Iran now. Fact is that what we are seeing now is that there's something different. Now, we heard last week from the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps and the Iranian Armed Forces spokesperson that there is a new system that the Iranians have introduced in the past months, especially after the 12-day war, that this new system they've developed and they've started using or testing in the past days. Given the fact that we have now at least 5 Iranian claims, including one that we are dealing with right now, and it seems that they have more evidence that something already took place above their territories, in their skies, and actually deep inside the Iranian territories.
That's Ali Hashim there, live for us in Tehran. Thank you.